In yet another example of America last as a policy, Donald Trump came out and said that he wants 600,000 Chinese students to come to American schools. And then his Commerce Secretary Lutnick doubled down and said that, well, this is good policy because otherwise American students would go to those schools and then the bottom 15% of schools would go out of business. Well, then why don't we just prioritize sending those Chinese kids to those schools? Like, why do they have to go to the elite universities? And the answer to that is money, baby, because foreign students usually pay full freight. They don't get discounts. They aren't on scholarships most of the time, so they pay more money. And we got to make sure that those billion-dollar endowed universities that hate America and give people like Elizabeth Warren $400,000 a year because they happen to agree with her politics, we got to make sure that they make more money in this forever credentialized society. Like, the whole point of credentialism is to exclude people from jobs, to exclude people from society. It's appeal to authority bullshit. That's why we have so many problems where it's like, oh, why did you go to that school? Oh, because you're a Nepo baby, that's why. Oh, why did you go to that school? Oh, because your parents could afford to pay more for you to go there. It has nothing to do with actual education and everything to do with exclusionary policies around what credential you have and what fucking initials you have behind your name. Make no mistake, everybody who takes those top seats and gets those degrees will then be prioritized for H-1B visas to come back and take the jobs that you will be denied based on not having the credential from the proper university. This will cause another problem in the supply chain issue that is education, because people already take out asinine student loans to go to these schools, but now we're going to raise those prices by bringing in more people. If you bring in 600,000 people from China, you either have to offset it from people from other countries, which those countries are all going to use this as a bargaining chip to let more of their students come here, or you do what Lutnick wants and you force Americans into worse schools, hurting their future job prospects. The most insulting part of this, though, is that J.D. motherfucking Vance sold his entire story on Hillbilly Elegy. He came from behind the shadow of Appalachia and made it all the way to Yale, and now the administration that he's a part of wants to fucking yank that ladder up behind him to make sure that you and your kids can't do the same thing. Why? Because elite universities like Harvard and Yale need more of that sweet, sweet chai cob money to stay in business and keep their billion-dollar endowments intact. This is America last at best, and it's absolutely insulting. I expect the universities that have like 90% of their professors aligned with the left to want more communists to show up to their schools because they share an ideology. But when did that become the purview of America first? I'd love to know. Cheers.